This is a fun topic. We're talking about how to rank higher in ChatGPT and AI assistant responses. You've probably started seeing businesses getting recommended in ChatGPT or other AI tools, and you've thought to yourself, how do I get myself there? How do I get my own business there? Is it random or is it expensive? Is it only for big brands? So in this episode, we'll actually explore what influences these AI recommendations. And I'll show you a simple shift that will actually position you as the go-to expert in your industry. Let's dive right in. Myth number one, ChatGPT just knows everything. Yeah, ChatGPT does appear to really understand a lot of things. It's only when you go a bit deeper that you find its limitations. And where do these references come from? Like, how does it choose what resources to connect you with? Well, for decades, we've had tools like Google and YouTube search. And those search engines have gotten really good over the years at sorting through everything that's on the internet and deciding which ranks at the top. So guess what shows up at the top of AI responses like ChatGPT? It would be the top result on that topic on YouTube, for example. In fact, do you know what the number one website that ChatGPT recommends? It's actually Amazon. So I guess if there's a product that you're searching for, it'll give you a link to Amazon. Number two is Wikipedia. Now, Wikipedia is cool, it's information, it's authoritative, but there's some drawbacks to it, and there's really challenges in updating content about you. Number three is the one that I'm excited about. Number three is actually YouTube, and the vast majority of the content that is shared from YouTube, it's not the entertaining stuff, it's the educational stuff. Now, it's exciting for me to see because I've been creating video content, educational video content for over a decade. We've been getting that content ranking at the top of YouTube search and at the top of Google search. Well, in the last year or two that ChatGPT's really gained momentum, we haven't had to change our strategy a bit, but my clients have been generating leads from ChatGPT because these videos are perfectly fitting into what the AI search wants. Myth number two, if I'm on social media, I'll show up in AI. A big shift that a lot of these social media companies are wanting to make is so that they can show up in ChatGPT or Perplexity. They need to add a search engine. So I know Meta has announced that they want to do that. They want to introduce search engines into Facebook or into Instagram, but they already have search engines for people, but not content search engines. Content search engines are much bigger, much more complicated. That's why it's taken decades for the search engines in Google and YouTube to evolve to where they are, to where they're actually really good today. So I do hope that Meta succeeds. So I think about LinkedIn. If LinkedIn did this, you could go to LinkedIn and type in a subject or type in a question that you have and find somebody's article or post or video on that subject. Today, that just doesn't exist anywhere except for YouTube. There's no real solid content platform that is searchable. So that's why Google references it. I mean, Google owns YouTube, but if you have this amazing, valuable post and you post it to some other social site, we'll just say Facebook, ChatGPT is never gonna see it because it's not indexable by topic. Now, I didn't make up this quote, but I saw it somewhere and I think it's pretty cool. It says, be the answer, not the ad. Most people in their marketing, they create ads that they push everywhere. And those ads are never gonna appear in ChatGPT or Perplexity or Claude or whatever tool you're using because you're promoting yourself. You're not trying to solve a problem or answer a question. So if you can be the answer, or you can be the solution. So how do you do that? Well, what I've been doing for a decade is we do research. We find what are people typing into ChatGPT when they have a challenge or when they have a problem? What are they typing into Google or YouTube search? So if you can find that out, that's the gold. So you make a video that then answers their question. You're not selling, this isn't a promo video, but you make a video that answers their question. And guess what? When people ask that question on these AI tools, now you have something that it can present to them. Now, if you've seen some of my content where I use a tree analogy, like the trunk of your tree is your core area of expertise. You've got all these branches, which are the ways you could categorize your expertise. And the leaves represent these questions. So you do research to find all the different leaves or all the different questions or challenges that your target audience is searching for. Now, on your tree, your topic tree, there are tens of thousands of leaves, and it's going to be more advantageous for you to focus on leaves on one branch, and I'll explain more what I mean by that, as opposed to picking a leaf here and a leaf here and a leaf there and a leaf there. If you want to become the go-to authority in your niche, you've got to be way more focused than that. So as you're doing your research and you're finding out what your target audience is typing into ChatGPT or YouTube search, take all these questions and group them together according to similarity. So you've got your core area of expertise, which is the tree, and then you've got different branches for different categories. Those branches break out into smaller branches or limbs, right? So you'll find a cluster of leaves or these questions that are on one branch, and you'll find another cluster of questions on another branch. Compare those two branches to each other, and you'll notice some differences. You'll notice, okay, this branch, these questions, the people asking these questions, they're in the beginning stages. These people are asking very similar questions, but I know that they're more advanced in their business, right? So you'll notice differences in age and experience, in the type of company that they operate or the type of scenario that they're going to be using this for. When you do this, you can hone in on the people that are your dream clients, and you can only answer questions or only create content for your dream audience. So instead of picking all these leaves randomly, you hone in on those branches that will get you those results. And so if you then dominate that branch, let's say you make 50 pieces of content answering 50 different questions on a single branch, you then own that space. Anytime anyone goes to YouTube or Google or an AI tool like ChatGPT and they're asking questions on this, you're the go-to authority. Is there a way to optimize for AI results like we used to do for search engine optimization? Okay, so if you're talking about website SEO of the past, that died, that didn't exist. But what you could do is you could find loopholes in the algorithm, or you could create fake authority. So let's say you had your main website, you would create a bunch of secondary websites out there that would point to your main website and say, this is the authority on this topic. And then you do a lot of article marketing and blog commenting and link wills to link back to these secondary sites that would link to your main site. You'd spend years on this to try and create this sense of authority around you and your company and your website on that topic. So that fell apart about 2015. What you had to do at that point then is create content that people are searching for. Google transitioned from being a website search engine to a content search engine. So that's what it's strongest at today. The transition kind of gradually happened over the last decade, but now many SEO experts kind of look at Google as the past and ChatGPT as the future. So don't worry about keyword stuffing, don't worry about the tags or meta tags, just focus on the right type of content and start by finding the questions that your target audience is searching for. So I go into this in a lot more detail on how to find those questions and how to get your videos ranking at the top of YouTube and then being the top recommendations on ChatGPT. And I teach that in this next video. My strategy is called the Leaf Strategy, how to rank #1 on YouTube. I highly recommend watching that video next.